Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. My name is Malika and I'm the Business Support Officer at College of Health and Life Sciences. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to this exciting event, and I hope tonight inspires and guides you to consider the next steps in your academic journey. Our goal today is to connect you with our esteemed dean, faculty members, and team to explore the unique academic and research opportunities offered at CHLS. You will also get valuable insights into our admission process, student support services. Here is what we've got lined up for today. Before we dive in, just a quick housekeeping note. All lines will be muted and Q&A session will be at the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A box and we will address them later. Now let's kick things off with a warm welcome from our university provost.
Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Graduate Studies Open House at Hamad bin Khalifa University. Today's event is your opportunity to discover how HBKU can help you pursue advanced studies, engage in cutting-edge research, and make an impact on the world. HBKU was founded with a clear purpose: to advance knowledge, drive meaningful research, and prepare future leaders capable of addressing complex global challenges. As part of the Qatar Foundation, we are uniquely positioned within an ecosystem dedicated to education, innovation, and community development, one that connects ideas with real-world outcomes. Our university is organized around 6 colleges, covering science and engineering, health and life sciences, humanities and social sciences, Islamic studies, law, and public policy, each contributing to a broad interdisciplinary vision of education. We have recently added a new School of Economics and Management to the existing fields of study and continue to grow our scope and impact. Complementing these academic entities are 3 major research institutes that anchor our efforts in cutting-edge inquiry and applied innovation, addressing critical priorities for Qatar and the wider world. Most importantly, HBKU is a dynamic community that brings together students, faculty, and researchers from diverse backgrounds who collaborate in an environment that values curiosity, creativity, and shared purpose. You will find world-class faculty, state-of-the-art facilities, and opportunities for engagement with industries and international partners that make learning here both rigorous and relevant. Our graduates carry that spirit forward, making a difference through leadership in academia, industry, government, and entrepreneurship. As you join today's sessions, I encourage you to connect with our faculty, explore our programs, and see how HBKU can be the place where your ideas turn into impact and your ambitions take shape. Thank you for joining us, and once again, welcome to Hamad bin Khalifa University.
Thank you, Dr. Allah, for that inspiring message. Next, it's my honor to invite the Dean of College of Health and Life Sciences, Dr. Marcus Wenk, to provide an overview of the college.
Thank you very much, Malika. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Thank you for dialing in and welcome to the College of Health and Life Sciences. So just a few words on why focus on health. We are witnessing a paradigm shift in the science of human health, onset and management of disease, and therefore medicine. Technological advances provide rapidly increasing ranges of and options to monitor and map biological processes, leading to enormous data clouds. This development is supporting the trends towards precision and personalized approaches, driving clearly from reactive to preventive medicine. Why life? At CHLS, we focus on human health, but human, animal, and other forms of life share certain commonalities. Therefore, systematic studies can be used to understand mechanisms and causalities for modeling of disease and other aspects at both the microscopic as well as at the molecular resolutions. Why science? Science is the pursuit of knowledge towards testable hypotheses. And within the health and life sciences domain, this framework really helps us link our growing knowledge base, the data clouds that I mentioned, to link to data and AI. That's an aspect of very active ongoing research here. Lifestyle-based approaches, emerging technologies tuned to sense biochemistry, physiology, body movement at the personal level, and finally to engineering for intervention. At CHLS, we focused precisely on this science on human health data and how it is related to disease. We do this in the context, of course, of the GCC and the MENA region. CHLS is relatively young, and we focus on graduate research. Our coursework is interdisciplinary and built on cutting-edge approaches and technologies. Most importantly, everything we do in partnership. On campus, on Education City, within Qatar, the GCC, MENA, and increasingly also worldwide. Our graduates have the opportunity to pursue their careers in academia, the healthcare sector, pharmaceuticals and biomedical companies, as well as ministries and governmental agencies. I will now hand back to Malika, who is going to be our MC for tonight, and she will pass the baton to our program coordinators, who will tell you more about our individual programs. So thank you once again for dialing in, your interest, your time, and please enjoy.
Thank you, Dr. Marcus, for highlighting the unique aspects of CHLS. Now let's dive deeper into our programs. I would like to invite Dr. Johan Eriksson, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator, to give us an overview of the BBS program.
Yes, thank you, Malika. Unfortunately, my video seems to be out of order, but welcome everyone to the program of Biological and Biomedical Sciences. So we run two programs, a master and a PhD program in Biological and Biomedical Sciences. The Master of Science program is very much dependent on taking courses with a short research project at the very end of the program. The PhD program is a 60 credits program that involves coursework, but has a very strong focus on a thesis research project. Ideally, you will work up to 6 semesters on your research project. We have both mandatory and elective courses to guide you through this very huge area of biomedical sciences. So I think we can change slide maybe. No? Oh, okay. So our research interest is really focused on understanding how genes and the proteins that they encode disrupt specific biological processes and affect the function of cells and organs, and how disruptions in these biological processes can lead to disease. And of course, the long-term goal of all our work is to try to improve the lives of patients suffering from various diseases. Of course, we also offer a number of transferable skills such as problem solving, creative thinking, data analysis, critical analysis, teamwork, as well as communication skills. These are skills that you will need regardless of your career decisions. They will always come very, very helpful. And the diseases that we work with are, of course, cancer, but also cardiometabolic diseases, as well as infectious diseases, including SARS-CoV-2. I think we can change slide again. So in order to address all of these different things, we used a different model system. Many of us use in vitro cell culture of various cell types. We also use organoids, which is a more organ-like version of regular cell culture. We also use yeast as a model system, as well as C. elegans, and you will hear from Dr. Farhan on the use of Drosophila or fruit flies. So the techniques that we use are cell and molecular biology, biochemistry. We do a lot of genome editing using CRISPR-Cas, or we also analyze the expression of genes and how they can be manipulated. We look at protein expression and function. We work on stem cell biology, signal transduction, biosensor technology that will allow us to monitor biological processes in real time in living cells. Of course, we also focus on cancer biology, metabolic biology, proteomics, lipidomics, transcriptomics, metabolomics, as well as trying to recapitulate or reconstruct functional organs in vitro using organ-on-chip or bioprinting technologies. So I think we can move. So these are the faculty members within the programs in biological and biomedical sciences. So you see me at the top left. So I am the program coordinator. Underneath me is Dr. Henning Horn. He plays a very important role in the college as the chair of the graduate program committee. His interests are primarily in mechanobiology and nuclear structure and function, and how these processes contribute to cancer biology. Underneath him, we have Dr. Kabir. He is really interested in biophysics and biointerfaces, and he has a especially very successful program dealing with the development of biosensors. Then we have Dr. Dindyal Ramotar. His interests are in drug transport and metabolism, drug discovery, and cancer biology. Underneath him, we have Dr. Ayman. His interest is in neovascularization or angiogenesis, drug discovery, and chronic vascular and arterial diseases. Then we have Dr. Omar. He has a keen interest in cancer biology, especially colorectal cancer, and the role of post-translational protein modifications in the development of these diseases. And especially he has an interest in protein ubiquitination. Then we have the privilege to be joined by two lecturers, Dr. Hulud and Dr. Maisa. Dr. Hulud is interested in insulin signaling, adipogenesis, metabolic disease, but also in what is known as multi-omics. Dr. Maisa is interested in genetic elements known as retrotransposons and their role in cancer development. and cancer biology in general. I think we can move. Change slide. Okay, so thank you again, and I will hand over to Dr. Nadi to introduce the genomics and precision medicine programs.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Johan. So I'm Nadi Al-Haj. I'm the program coordinator for the Genomics and Precision Medicine program. So the aim of the program is to train the next generation of professionals and leaders who will implement precision medicine in Qatar and in the region. So it's a multidisciplinary program. And in the GPM program, we have both the master's and the PhD. Next slide, please. So the Master of Science, similar to what Dr. Johan already presented for the biological and biomedical sciences. So it's a 2 years program. It's a 33 credit program. It includes 5 mandatory courses. So those courses would cover research methods and ethics, clinical applications in precision medicine, biostatistics, molecular pathology. And then there's a minimum of 3 electives. Attendance to CHLS seminars is mandatory, and this has to be done across 2 semesters. And after the credit hours are completed in the first year, the student can select their supervisor in the second semester. I see a lot of questions regarding whether the supervisor has to be selected before or before applying or after acceptance in the program. For CHLS, you would select your supervisor in your second semester after enrollment in the program. Research work on average is approximately 2 semesters. However, we encourage students to start working on their thesis as early as possible. And you also have the MS thesis defense in the end of your second year or in your 4th semester. The PhD, on the other hand, it's a 3.5-year program, 3.5 to 4 years. It has a minimum of 60 credits and includes 1 mandatory foundation course, which is the Introduction to Data Science, a minimum of 5 electives. It involves participation in department seminars and in journal clubs. And you need to work on your dissertation project as soon as you can. Usually we recommend like selecting supervisor in the second semester. And you would defend your dissertation at the end of the 3.5 or 4 years. Next slide, please. So those are the faculty which are affiliated with the Genomics and Precision Medicine program. So we have Dr. George Nimmer, whose main research interest is in cardiovascular disease. We have Dr. Omar Al-Bagha, who's a professor and the acting executive director of the Qatar Biomedical Research Institute. So he mainly works on type 2 diabetes, hypercholesterolemia, and autism spectrum disorder. He does a lot of GWAS studies and develop polygenic risk scores for early disease prediction. There's Dr. Jitesh, who's an associate professor. So his main area of research is in pharmacogenomics. Dr. Ahsan Purkarimi, he works on epigenetic inheritance, epigenome editing, and he uses the C. elegans as a model in his research. Then we have Dr. Saeed Ismail, who recently joined the college as a full professor. His main areas of interest are cancer genetics and targeted therapeutics, as well as precision medicine. I'm the program coordinator of GPM. Mainly, my main area of research is focused on understanding epigenetic dysregulation that occurred during aging. And I have projects where I try to develop novel methylation-based biomarkers for early gestational diabetes prediction. Next slide, please. Okay, so the main research interests and aims of the genomics and precision medicine program is prediction of disease risk, precise diagnosis of disease early on, prediction of response to drugs, rare genetic disease, complex genetics of complex diseases. We have several projects focused on GWAS studies, developing polygenic risk scores for early disease prediction as well, and aging research. So basically, we use a set of different multi-omics data sets, including genomics, transcriptomics, metabolomics, epigenomics. The program is also heavy on bioinformatics, so you would learn how to handle those multi-omics data sets during your courses and during your training as well. So we have an active collaboration with HMC, with CEDRA Medicine, and with the Qatar Genome Project, or Qatar Biobank, which are now under the umbrella of the Qatar Precision Health Institute. So we basically do a lot of data analysis on data that we obtain from QPHI, the Qatar Precision Health Institute. And we have also active collaborations with Genomics England and the PHCC. Next slide. Okay, I think that was it. So I'll be happy to take your questions later, and I will hand it now to Dr. Juan, who is the program coordinator for the exercise science program.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Nadi, for introducing me, and welcome, everyone. Okay, I think, Malika, we can go to the next slide, if that's good. You know my name already, and so I'm now the program coordinator for the Masters in Exercise Sciences. We have a quite unique program in the region, the only Master of Sciences in Qatar. And it's a really interesting program. It prepares the students to work in a different range of areas, from human performance to health, working with clinical populations or prevention of disease, using exercise as a key component. Our program is a joint program with the University of South Carolina, which implies that students in our program get a dual degree from both institutions. Next slide, please. This is kind of common to all the master's program in our institution, in our college at least. So it's a 2 years master's program. We have 9 courses that the students have to take. There are 4 core courses and 5 elective courses. 8 of those courses are taken during the first year of the program, which leaves 1 course to be taken during the second year. So the second year of the program is mostly dedicated to focusing on research. There are 6 credit hours that are dedicated during the second year to the research project. So it gives quite a bit of time to do high quality research that we can hopefully publish and get people to read on. So next slide, please. So currently we have 4 faculty members in our team. Dr. Paul Grimshaw works on biomechanics. Myself, I work as an exercise physiologist with focus on cardiovascular system. Dr. Nathan Townsend is also an exercise physiologist with focus on environmental factors that affect exercise performance. And Dr. Lina Majed works mostly in human movement. Those are the main areas, but we interact quite a bit in different areas as well. Next slide, please. So in addition to the 4 faculty members, we have a really good team supporting the work that we do here, supporting students and doing their independent research as well. So we have Dr. Holud, who is our lab manager and takes care of making sure that everything is in the right place. And that we are supported properly to do our work collectively. And then we have 3 postdoctoral fellows working with us. So they conduct different type of studies, independent studies, and also work with other faculty members and with the students. So Dr. Meryl Locke, Dr. Rodrigo De Poli, and Dr. Massimo Teso, who are here with us. Next slide, please. I will not get into extreme details about the facilities, but we have state-of-the-art biomechanics and exercise physiology laboratories. So we are at par with the best laboratories that you can envision in terms of quality of work that we can do from a biomechanics perspective and from a cardiovascular, neuromuscular, and metabolic perspective. Mostly from an integrative human perspective, but we have the privilege of being within the College of Health and Life Sciences that allow us to combine our more integrative approach to more molecular and cellular level type of studies that we can perform. So we are in a good place to go from the bench to the whole human body. Okay, next slide, please. And then in a very overall perspective, research interests are different by different researchers working in the team. So the main focuses are on metabolic, cardiovascular, and neuromuscular responses to exercise, also the environmental factors like heat or hypoxia that can modulate responses to exercise. We are interested in knowing how physical activity and behavior, sedentary behavior specifically, modify health and well-being, and also in the analysis of biomechanics and gait analysis in different type of population, from normal, I don't like the word normal, but pathological performance and let's say healthy participants. So there is a wide range of different perspectives. And I think this is it from my side. So let's go to the next slide. And I might know who I have to introduce. So now next is the biopsychology program. So Dr. Mohammed Farhan will be introducing you to the program. Thank you very much.
Hi, Farhan, you're on mute.
Sorry. Thank you, Juan, for introducing. I am Mohammed Farhan, Associate Professor and Program Coordinator in Biopsychology and Neuroscience. See, the Biopsychology and Neuroscience program plays a critical role in advancing Qatar National Vision 2030 health pillar by developing research capacity and evidence-based solution for neurological and psychiatric disorders. We're using translational research and precision psychiatry approaches, and our program addresses the growing burden of brain health conditions by developing local expertise to build a sustainable knowledge-based economy in healthcare. We're running 2 programs, masters and PhDs. Masters is 2 years programs and PhDs in 3.5 years. Similar to other programs, as you heard, the masters in biopsychology and neuroscience is 33 credits programs, which include 5 mandatory courses and 3 elective courses. And attendance to CHLS seminar series is mandatory at least for 1 semester for masters and 2 semesters for PhD. And you are supposed to do 2 research works in masters for at least 2 semesters and do the thesis defense at the end of the 2 years or the 4 semesters. In PhD, it is a 60 credit programs. Currently, we're having 2 mandatory courses and 4 elective courses. And participation in at least 2 CHLS seminar series is mandatory, and then you will do research with professor within college or outside the college for minimum 6 semesters, and at the end of that you have to defend your dissertation. Next slide, please. So the research interest in biopsychology and neuroscience programs, we can summarize at least into 3 broader areas that we trying to understand how genetic and molecular abnormalities disrupt neural functions in the brain networks, which leads to neurodevelopmental and neurological diseases. We leverage mechanistic insight to drive therapeutic innovations by integrating molecular neuroscience, behavioral analysis, and computational approaches. We also applying artificial intelligence approaches and machine learning based approaches to understand brain function and behavior, which can accelerate therapeutic discovery. And in these research interests, we are using computational approaches and direct behavior data from human participants. Next slide, please. Okay, it's the youngest program within our college, and so we are still growing. We have Professor Fadil Taseer with us, who is also Associate Dean of Research in the college, whose main interest is in neurodevelopmental disorders and particular interest on glioblastoma, mechanism of glioblastoma. And myself, my research interest is also in neurodevelopmental disorders, and I'm running programs in psychiatric diseases as well, so like schizophrenia and autism and cerebral palsy. We are recruiting 2 more faculties who hopefully join soon into the program. Our research interest uses various approaches to understand the brain function, and which includes iPSC-derived neurons, brain organoids, yeast model system as well, along with fruit flies and the mice. And using these model systems, what we're trying to understand is how neuron is specified from neuron stem cells, how do they form neural networks, and how does this experience remodel these networks and shape our personalities and behaviors, and how do neural dysfunction cause mental disorders. Next slide, please. So with this, I end, and I hand over it to admissions, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have after all presentations are done. So over to you, Azam.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Azza Al-Athamina. I'm the head of admission at Hamad bin Khalifa University, and I'm delighted to walk you through the admission process and requirements. First of all, you will need to complete our online application form, which is already open in our website. You need to submit the following documents: academic transcripts from all previous institutions with a minimum, our requirements is a minimum GPA of 3 out of 4. If it is from a different grading, you need to submit your grading scale if the GPA is not out of 4. You need to submit a standardized test results, so TOEFL 79, IBT 79, IELTS 6.5, a valid, which is 2 years maximum, or you can submit an official letter from your university stating medium of instructions was English. You need to submit a personal statement. It's 300 to 500 words. The statement should explain why you are applying to the program and to Hamad bin Khalifa University. Letter of recommendations depends on the program, so you need to request 2 letters of recommendations for all our programs except for the MSc exercise and the PhD BN. It's 3 recommendation letters. An updated CV, IDs. So for all applicants, international, locals, and residents, you need to submit your passport. And for local and Qatari and for residents, you need to submit a valid Qatari ID. There is a non-refundable application fee of 250 Qatari riyals. Our international application deadlines is the 1st of February 2026. for Qatari and residents who wish to apply for funding. It's March 15. Late admissions for Qatari and resident is May 3rd, 2026. My advice is to encourage you to start early so you have plenty of time to gather all the required documents and information. For more inquiries, or if you need more help, please send an email to us. Our admission email is admissions.chls@hbq.edu.qa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Asa, for breaking that down so clearly. Finally, we have a special video to showcase the many ways our student affairs team supports your journey at CHLS.
قسم المشاركة الطلابية في إدارة شؤون الطلاب هو أحد الأقسام الداعمة للطلاب في جامعة حمد بن خليفة، والذي يسهم بشكل كبير في دعم الطلاب وإشراكهم وإخراطهم في الأنشطة غير الأكاديمية. هناك أنشطة رياضية، هناك أنشطة ثقافية، هناك أنشطة تعليمية، جميعها تكون خارج المنهج التعليمي، ولكن كلها يصب في النهاية نتائجها تصب في النتيجة التعليمية لكل طالب.
كل سنة الفرق عندنا عددها يكثر. عندنا لحد الآن 6 فرق رياضية، فريق كرة قدم فئة بنين، فريق كرة سلة فئة بنين وبنات، فريق كرة طائرة بنين وبنات، وعندي فريق فئة شباب كريكت.
احنا طبعا نتواصل في إدارة شؤون الطلاب من خلال إدارة التواصل المجتمعي وشؤون الطلاب مع الجامعات الشريكة الموجودة في قطر فاونديشن من خلال ما يسمى بالكارير سيرفيسز اللي هو الخدمات المهنية. قمنا في السابق في موضوع اللي هو المعرض المهني كارير فير. أيضا عملنا في السابق برنامج كان لقادة المجتمع، دعينا فيه معظم رؤساء الشركات وأيضا بعض الوزراء مثل التعرف على الجامعة وتعريفهم ببرامج الجامعة اللي تطرحها.
احنا في إدارة شؤون الطلاب نهتم خاصة في ناحية العلاقات المجتمعية كتوقيع اتفاقيات، كزيارة الشركات الخاصة والغير خاصة للتعريف عن جامعة حمد بن خليفة، وتواصل اتفاقيات من ناحية توفير فرص للطلاب أو للخريجين، أو أنك إلى شركات أو القطاع الخاص عندهم مثلا وجهات نظر كالتعاون، ممكن احنا نخدمها تحت إطار اتفاقية أو تحت إطار اللي هو تعاون مشترك وياه.
That we conclude the formal part of our session, and it's now time for your questions.
So thank you so much, Malika. So if you can look at, you see the chat icon. Next to the chat icon, there are 3 dots. If you click on the 3 dots, you'll be able to see the Slido where the question and answers of our esteemed attendees are there. So perhaps you can, our esteemed faculty can look at these questions and answer accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you, Ez. Yes, I found the questions. Okay. Is there an application fee waiver for international students?
Yeah, I can answer this question. If you request a waiver, please send an email to the admissions@hbq.edu.qa and request the waiver, but you need to justify why you are asking for a waiver. We cannot guarantee it, but it might.
Thank you, Asa. Next question, do I need to secure a supervisor before I apply for MS, BBS, or GPM? The answer is
I can answer this. So supervisor usually is selected in the 2nd semester after enrollment in the program. So you do not need to select a supervisor before you apply.
Thank you, Nadi. Next question, is there morning classes for MSGPM?
Yeah, I can also answer this. All core courses are in the afternoon, 4 to 7 p.m. However, there are elective courses that could be scheduled in the morning. However, you have the choice to select between elective courses. However, core courses which are required, we are only offering in the afternoon. So this gives you more flexibility if you are a full-time, if you have a full-time job.
Thank you, Nadi. What are the opportunities for scientific communication, grant writing, or presenting at conference as a PhD candidate at HBKU?
Yeah, so I can answer that maybe. So each program offers a limited number of opportunities for PhD students to present their work at international conferences. However, that is towards the end of the PhD program. So it's not as soon as you get admitted. But there are funds for those type of travel funds. Yeah.
Thank you. Is prior practical lab experience required for applicants to the BBS program?
That is a great advantage if applicants have hands-on experience from the laboratory, and that is especially true for PhD applicants, because if they don't, they may be at a disadvantage. So I would suggest that if the candidate lacks in hands-on experience, I would advise him or her to try to get some volunteering or any other opportunity to get hands-on lab experience.
Thank you, Ivan. Can MBBS graduate apply for PhD without master's?
Master's is mandatory to apply for the PhD.
Thank you, Arthur. What are the scholarships available for Qatar residents? I can give you an insight. So it depends. Firstly, you have to be admitted to be able to apply to scholarship, and it would depend on your background. Are you a resident? Are you a Qatari? Are you an international? Are you working? Are you not working? Tuition waiver for masters is usually 75% and PhD is 100%. I hope that answers. Is there any age limit to apply for PhD?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Thank you. For PhD in BNS, do we have to select and contact potential advisors before submitting our application? How do we choose our advisor, and does having a potential advisor prior to submission increase the acceptance chances? No.
I can answer that. We do not encourage for you to select a supervisor during the application time. You can come here if you select it and come to the program. During your courses, you can reach out to potential advisor and discuss the research. And if you get interested in that, you select based on that. And definitely it doesn't increase your chances if you are naming any professors in your application.
Thank you, Farhan. Is HBKU currently conducting advanced research on AI-driven therapeutic protein development?
Yeah, that's a good question. Definitely, there is work using AI and computational modeling on proteins and peptides within the BBS program. If it is truly AI-driven, I am not the right person to answer. But I'm sure that by the time that we admit this particular batch of students, it will be AI-driven, looking at the development of AI.
Marcus here. Let me just add to that. Thank you, Johan. And I can confirm, indeed, it's been something that is developed throughout HBKU in the last year or so. We have a standing workforce on AI in science. It's anchored at the QCRI, the Qatar Computing Research Institute, part of HBKU now. And we work closely with all the research institutes and the other colleges on this aspect.
Thank you, Marcus. Next question. Does the PhD in BNS follow predefined research themes, or can students propose their own research topics?
Okay, I can answer that question. So we do have predefined research teams running in labs of supervisors or PIs in college or partners. But the student is definitely welcome to propose a project, and if it is within the theme and can be done with the supervision of available professors, then it's a welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Farhan. Do GCC citizens get priority for admissions?
There is no priority. The priority actually is for Qatari and resident. If your application is met the admission requirements, then it will go through the normal admission process.
Thank you. For PhD in BNS, can we submit letters of recommendation from work supervisors or only from academic sources?
You can submit any from anyone, from both either research supervisor or academic sources.
Thank you, Farhan. Are PhD students allowed to work on research projects outside their main thesis?
I can answer this. So usually we do not recommend it because PhD students need to publish 2 articles in order to graduate, including one as first author. So in case they are working on something that is not related to their research project, then this will distract them from publishing 2 articles within the short time frame that they have in order to graduate.
Thank you, Nadi. Can a BSc psychology undergrad student apply for MSc biopsychology and neuroscience?
Yes, you can apply. During the application review process, we will go through the courses you have taken and how much do you fit into the program. But you're definitely welcome to apply.
Thank you. Should I mention the names of potential advisors that I'm interested in their research in my application personal statement for the PhD in BNS?
If you would like to, you can, but it's not necessary.
Do you have a budget that could be used for professional development, international conferences for PhD students who get QF scholarship, or is that based on the budget of the advisor?
Yeah, it sounds like a previous question. So there are specific funds for each of the programs to support PhD student travel to conferences. And that is something that you would have to apply for. And of course, the number of students that each program can support is limited, so it will be a competitive application.
Thank you. Next question. If I received my bachelor's and master's in US, do I still need to submit a letter stating that the medium of education is English?
No need for that. But Azla can answer.
What is the requirement for funding admission?
This is not clear. Do you mean like for scholarship? Scholarships are highly competitive, so usually like the top applicants, when looking at their CV, personal statement, and interview, they would be offered scholarships. So it's highly competitive, and the number of scholarships for international students is very limited.
Thank you, Gandhi. Student is asking for course list for BNS Master's program.
Yes, right now I can tell you in masters we have 4 courses like advanced neurosciences and development and disease of nervous system, and we also have research method and ethics in biopsychology and neuroscience, along with behavior learning and memories, scientific communication and professional development, etc. But it's a long list because there are 8 courses a master has to take in the course of 2 years. If required, you can email and we can send you the study plan for the masters.
Thank you, Farhan. How does the interview process work for applicants who apply to more than one program? Can they be considered for interviews in each?
If I may answer for that, yes, you may be considered for both program if your application has been reviewed and in both the programs. But finally, you will be asked to make a choice if you're being selected. And if other program coordinator would like to intervene, you can nullly or.
How much is the student stipend, and is it enough to cover life expenses in Qatar, or do students need to secure extra funding sources? Do students get health insurance as well as part of the scholarship? Okay, so we have different stipend levels based on your background. As I mentioned before, it can be 5,000, 9,000, 11,000. And in regards to health insurance, once you're here in Qatar, you can apply for the national health insurance, but you do not get any private insurance. And there are other ways to make extra funding. That would be student employment, or if you're put up on a grant. Okay, next question. This is regarding the application for MS-BBS program. When applying, are we required to select a specialization immediately, such as metabolic diseases, oncology, or neurological disorders?
No, absolutely not. That is something that you will have to meet the faculty and talk to them what they are doing, and then make a informed decision once you're here.
If international PhD students fail to obtain scholarship, will they receive financial support from supervisors?
I can answer this. So usually the supervisors are selected in the second semester, and usually we don't offer the possibility that supervisors would fund students at the beginning of their academic journey. So this is not a possibility.
Thank you, Nadi. I am an old graduate from Pakistan, not working. Do I also need to get recommendation letter? Can we apply to 2 programs at a time? Yes. Is there any way to meet program coordinator?
Recommendation is mandatory. We can request recommendations from your work if you are not able to get it from an academic person.
Thank you. In regards to meeting the program coordinator, you can send an email. All the emails are listed on the website, and more information regarding the research and programs, so you can help yourself. Next question, can I submit my IELTS score after admission?
IELTS or English proficiency is mandatory before the deadlines. After that, it will be considered as an incomplete application.
Thank you, Asa. Next question. I'm a bachelor's in genetics graduate. Can I apply in genomics and precision medicine course? My CGPA 3.4. I'm highly in need of scholarship.
Yes, like the person can definitely apply for genomics and precision medicine. As I understood, it's a bachelor in genetics, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so can definitely apply. Regarding scholarship, this is highly competitive, and it depends on the CV, it depends on the GPA, and as well on the interview. We only have limited number of applicants per year who receive a scholarship. And masters, we only offer in the GPM program 75% tuition waiver, so there is no stipend offered. Stipend is for PhD students, and the PhD students who have a scholarship, they also get full tuition waiver, not only 75%.
Thank you, Nadi. When are the interview invitations typically sent out for PhD?
I can say that admission is currently open. Deadline will be 1st of February. After that deadline, maybe if the college is interested in your application, they will start to communicate with the international students. And for the local Qatari resident, it might be after the mid of March.
Thank you, Azad. Can a BSc psychology undergrad apply for MSc in biopsychology and neuroscience? I think I asked.
Yeah, this answer has been answered.
Yeah.
You can.
Regarding the scholarships being full or partial, that also has been answered. Next question, I want to ask about previous qualifications. MSD and BSN should be strongly connected with PhD program, question mark.
No idea.
MSD and BSN.
MSD. What is MSD?
It's okay. We'll go to the next question because. Sure. Can I apply to PhD BNS with an MPH and not an MSc? I have background in biochemistry.
Yes, you can apply.
Are there graduate teaching assistantships for MSGPM?
Yes, those are available not just for the GPM program, but for all programs. So there's the possibility to have, for example, a teaching assistant position, and this would provide you with an additional amount on top of what you will receive as a stipend in case you are a PhD student.
Thank you, Nandi. Somebody wants to know, what does a supervisor mean? It's your academic advisor.
Academic advisor.
Doing research with. Next question, what is the publication policy for PhD students?
PhD students are required to publish 2 articles, including one as first author and both related to their PhD project.
Thank you, Nandi. What are academic transcripts? And as per the fact sheet for PhD program, it is mentioned that all transcripts submitted should include an explanation of the grading system. So our mark sheet would be sufficient, or any additional documents are required?
So academic transcripts is your grades for both bachelor degree and your master's degree. Grading scale is the grading scheme if your GPA is not out of 4. Explanation, like for example, your GPA is from UK and you got upper class, second class, first class, so there will be an explanation for that.
Thank you, Azza. The next question is, do working students benefit from scholarships? So as I explained before, scholarships depend on your background. So even working students do benefit from it, depending on whether your master's or PhD. I would also like to add that if you do not get scholarship for any reason, you can only you have the option to pay only 50% of the total tuition. Next question, does exercise science program has clinical and medical studies for physical therapy?
Sorry, I'm not sure what it means physical therapy, but yeah, there are different type of research studies that are conducted depending on the supervisor's interest, and then the agreements with the students based on the area of work that they are interested. But there is always possibilities of working with clinical populations, if that's the question.
Can students from non-psychology backgrounds apply to the PhD program?
Yes, as I explained earlier as well, you can apply, but during the evaluation process, we will go through what courses you have taken earlier to be able to handle the coursework and the projects in biopsychology and neuroscience.
Farhan, for some reason your voice wavers. So if you could come closer to the mic or maybe not move while you're talking, thank you so much.
Okay, no problem.
For MS-GPM program, are applicants with pharmacy BBS considered?
Yes, they are considered. So we have students have pharmacy background, students who did have a background in nursing. Students who studied pharmacy can apply to the GPM program.
What are the selection factors for PhD BNS? Is the focus on research experience or publication?
Both. We look at both, and definitely students who have prior experience and have published earlier get the priorities.
Recommendation letters, how recent do they need to be? And can they attach a letter 6 months back? Recommendation letters, how old can they be?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Recommendation letters, you will request the recommendation letters. It's part of the supplement items. So the process is to send 2 emails to 2 referees or 3 referees, depends to the program that you are applying for. Let's say that you don't have currently an academic referee, or if there is an issue with the recommendation, then just send us an email and we will update you how we can get the recommendations from you, and we will upload it in the system. But it shouldn't be a very old recommendations.
Is 6 months acceptable or not?
I think it's acceptable. But since he has something that is 6 months, then he can request it directly through the application process. So the process is to send 2 emails to the referees. The referees will complete an automated form and upload the system with the recommendation letters, and it will come automatically to the application.
Thank you. If I've completed my master's in India in English medium, should I still have to submit my IELTS, or a letter of statement would do?
Letter of statement. There is no need for IELTS.
Medicine graduates who wish to work in healthcare after undergoing the genomics and precision MS, what are the fields to be involved in?
Currently, for example, in Qatar, there's a focus on precision medicine and healthcare. So definitely a degree in genomics and precision medicine would be helpful for physicians who work in hospitals.
Thank you, Nadi. Does higher TOEFL or IELTS become an advantage alongside GPA?
Yes. Yes.
Do international students apply for scholarships at the same time as applying for PhD program now, or wait until you receive the offer?
You don't apply for a scholarship. There is a question part of your admission application asking you whether you request a scholarship, are you a self-funding, partial funding. This is the only part that you have it for scholarship. So you do not apply in a separate format or something.
Thank you, Azza. I would like to add to that. So the email that you receive upon admissions is generic. So if you have applied within the deadline to get scholarship, only then you will be eligible to ask for scholarship. If you've applied after, or if you've agreed to self-pay, then it will not, you cannot change your mind later and request for more. Thank you. Regarding recommendations, I have recommendations letter printed from my supervisors. Can I submit that, or I have to make a referral email?
You have, it's part of your application. You cannot skip it. You can upload these recommendations, but still you'll need to send 2 emails to 2 referees.
Thank you. I'm an MD and recent MSc graduate. My IELTS is more than 2 years old. However, my education was in English. Can this be enough for the language requirement?
Yes, it is enough.
I've come across that master's students would be paid 7,000 stipend. Is it true?
That
before.
depends on if they are lucky enough to be offered a scholarship. I think that number refers to international master students. And there is absolutely no guarantee. Just because you are admitted it's not a guarantee that you will also get the scholarship. So you should be a bit careful.
Yeah, maybe if I can add to this, like most of the current master's students do not get a stipend, and they are, if they have a scholarship, then they are only offered a 75% tuition waiver.
Thank you, Nadi. This one also is for you, Nadi. What are you looking in an MSGPM applicant? What will make them stand out?
So as some of us already mentioned before, so we basically check the experience of the applicant. We check if they have publications. We check their GPA. Personal statement is important, and also how they perform during the interview, how they answer the questions of the admissions committee.
Thank you, Nadi. Are all interview for MSc take place after application deadline? Is there any advantage for applying earlier?
Usually we wait until the closure of the application process before we start selecting candidates for interviews.
Thank you. This next question is also related to it. When do the HPKU finalize the intake, as it's a long window? Do we need to wait till May or June?
So again, exactly what was the question?
Basically asking for timeline, by when would applicants get to know they are admitted or not?
Yes, so that's very difficult to say, primarily because of as the candidate pointed out, the application process is very long, and we cannot really make any offers until both windows have closed. And so it will take some time, unfortunately.
Thank you. And also, just to add to it, it's usually in batches, so they get international applicants first. The international students might find out about it earlier than the ones who are applying later. So it can go from June, July, just to add. Next question. As a pharmacist, can I apply for MSB BNS?
You can apply. And as I mentioned earlier, that we will evaluate the application material you provided, specifically what courses you have taken and what research experience you have.
This is for exercise science. As a pharmaceutical analysis, can I apply for exercise science?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a complex question to answer, but there is not one component that we look at. So your previous degree is important. So having some background on exercise sciences could be useful and interesting, but also having backgrounds in other areas that could complement the work that we do is also exciting for us. So yeah, absolutely. I'll make a side comment. I think in general, when thinking about the applications, you should think about all the little different components that are part of it. And there were quite a few questions about reference letters, recommendation letters. And I think none of the components should be taken as less or unimportant. Recommendation letters are very important to hear what people have to say about each of you. Your background is important. Your personal statements are important. So it's a combination of factors. But going specific to the question, yeah, with your background, you could be considered. Sorry for the long response.
Thank you, but it was very informational. Next question. It was mentioned that international students will be contacted after Feb 1st, while Qatar residents will be contacted in mid-March. Does this imply that international students are given priority for scholarship consideration?
No. The answer is no.
It's just for admission.
Yeah. So admission and scholarships are two different things.
Is 3 GPA mandatory requirement?
For international students, yes, it's mandatory.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked, is it mandatory to choose a supervisor before PhD applications? It's not, it's the opposite.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's all the questions we had. I'll give it another minute. Does anybody have any more questions?
There is a question for neuroscience. Hello, esteemed faculty. Thank you for this informative presentation. I'm interested in pursuing a PhD in neuroscience. My research interest is in neurodegenerative diseases. I didn't see the theme in the program info. Is it included in your future prospect from the new faculty member recruitment? It is already part of our research theme. We do not have faculty within the college working primarily on neurodegenerative disorders, but we have in our partners institutions, we include Qatar Biomedical Research Institutes and Wal Carnell Medical Center, have neurodegenerative diseases, specifically on Parkinson and Alzheimer theme.
Thank you, Farhan. And with that, and all the wonderful questions, thank you for taking time to join us this evening. If you need further assistance, please feel free to check the website or get in touch with the program coordinators that you met today. I wish you all the best in your academic pursuits, and I hope to see you soon at CHLS. Good night and thank you.
Thank you.
Before we,
Good night and thank you, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Thank you.
Before we conclude, just I want to thank everybody again for joining our graduate open house. So when the event ends, a short survey will pop up. So it only takes a minute, and it will help us to improve future events. So your insights matter, and we truly appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.